Hey everybody. Okay, so everybody can probably watch this video and learn something, but this video is especially for the men. Okay, men, it's true. When it comes to camping, whether you're RV camping or tent camping or doing something kind of in between, sometimes the ladies are quick to tell you, I am not about that life. And many of the concerns they have are valid. Today, we're going to talk about those concerns and we're going to share with you ways you can address these issues to make camping an enjoyable experience, not only for you, but for your lady too. Okay, so today we are talking really to the men, but like I said, women can listen and probably can learn something too. One of the things that I notice is a common theme when I'm talking to people is they want to know how can they get their lady, the men want to know how can they get their lady to go camping. I just love it when I meet the guys who watch the channel and they say, it's because of your channel I finally convinced my wife to go camping, or we've got our RV after watching your channel. That really does my heart good, because I'm like, yes, that is the whole reason why I do this show on YouTube, is because I really want to expose camping and particularly RVing, because that's what we do, to people so that they can experience it and go out and try it and hopefully enjoy it. So today we're going to talk and give you some ideas or some ways that you could talk to your spouse, your lady in your life, men, and try to get them to go camping. Because I know that a lot of times, because they have these preconceived ideas of what camping is, they don't want to take part. So I've got a special guest, and if you follow the channel, she is no stranger to you. You already know. This is Dr. B, my mom, and who has been RVing since the 90s. And she's the one who got me involved in RVing. She has joined here today. And you guys love it when she's on here. So she's going to talk to us today. And so, but let's do a disclaimer, Mama, real quick before we even start talking. Because I don't want anybody to think we're talking for all women. No, we're not. We're only talking for ourselves, based out of our experience. And because we are women and because we know women. So what we're saying does not go for everybody, but this is some of the reasons why women don't go camping and what you can do to change that. So I came up with something that I wanted us to kind of lead the discussion. Mm-hmm. And so I want to encourage guys that if you're trying to get your lady to go camping, there's something I want you to keep in mind, and that is cushy. I want you to make it a cushy experience for her. And I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm sure you've heard the term cushy when you hear people say maybe a cushy, I got a cushy job, or somebody's job is cushy. And they just simply mean that it's easy and that it's manageable. So I want to encourage you to make it CUSHY. A cushy experience, but each letter stands for something. So C stands for cooking, because one of the things that women are concerned about when it comes to camping is how we gonna cook
and who's gonna cook
yeah, and what we gonna cook
while
we out there,
get the food there.
Yeah, all of those things. And especially if you're tent camping, then the concern is that there's no refrigeration. How we're going to get the food, how we're going to preserve the food, and preparing the food can be an issue. So I want you to keep in mind that is a concern a lot of women have. Now, you may need to ask your lady exactly what her concerns are, but a lot of times those are the things that women are concerned about. What we're going to eat while we're out there, because we don't want to go out in the middle of the woods and eat hot dogs for 2 to 3 days over a campfire and cracking cans open with a utility knife. So we need to know what we're going to eat, how we're going to cook it, and really we don't want to be responsible for cooking everything either.
Well, you want to jump in?
Yeah, absolutely.
What I would look at when we're talking about cooking, really, no one wants to cook. When
Well,
you're camping, you just want to relax, chill out. Who wants to cook? But you have to eat. So there's a number of ways you can do it. I remember when I'm going back in the old days, that's why she bring me on, because I've been camping since 1990. So, went from the outside tent to, to the van thing.
Camping
and then
van.
a smaller RV, and then a larger RV, and another larger RV. And then I have my own RV. So, all of those years, there's different ways to do it. And when we had the camp, where we had the tent, we had a generator. So when you have a generator, that gives you that energy that you need to fuel anything you want. You can do that little grill thing. But nowadays, say for instance, if you have the generator, you can pre-cook before you come.
Right.
Pre-cook your food, have it already in containers, and then that generator can heat up your microwave, and your microwave can now they have the air fryer
right.
and the oven. All you need is one of those in your generator and your pre-cooked food. Stick it in there. Everybody's relaxing.
Yeah, I like what you're saying, because if you pre-cook your meals before you get there, that ensures that everybody gets to have a good time. I remember when we first started RVing, I just thought it was so cool to cook in my little kitchen. I was just in here stirring up pots, and but then I realized, wait a minute. I'm in here cooking while they out there at the lake, or, taking a hike, riding bikes, and doing all kinds of stuff. And so I had to readjust the way I camp so that I could enjoy myself too. And so I do a lot of prepping at home first. Anything I could pre-cook or anything I could pre-package, then I try to do that when I know it's a lot of cooking involved in a trip.
And then you just grill what you want to grill.
Exactly. You could just grill. Like, already do your vegetables or your side dishes, and then open the grill and just do your meat.
Yeah. And because really, I have a friend, her mother actually had her husband to sell the RV, because she said, I got tired of cooking. Everybody's having fun but me. So cooking is a main thing, and nobody really wants to be the one to cook. Because if you're going to take your wife out camping, you got to make sure she knows it's a vacation. It's a camping vacation. And then you got to really let her know, baby, we're going to have some fun. You do those things, she know you're going to have some fun. You make it loving. She'll go with you camping anytime you want to go.
And we're going to get you to talk some more about that in a few minutes, because that's an important key.
Yes.
That's a key point. So C is for cooking, and you're making sure that you pre-plan these things with her, so that she'll know this is what we're going to eat. We're going to prepare these before we leave, so that won't be a concern, what we eating and how we eating it. So the second thing, the U in cushy, is utilities. Now that's a big thing. Where we using the bathroom at? We gonna be out here digging holes in the ground and covering them up, using leaves, things like of that sort. We want to know what kind of utilities we got out here. If we can't, especially now if you're RVing, then okay, it's pretty understandable what your utility is gonna be. But even at that, you need to make sure if you're boondocking that you got plenty of water to flush the toilets, and you just need to make sure these utilities are working the way they supposed to work. But that we got some water and things like that.
But when you say RVing, RVing is so broad.
True.
RVing can just be a pull-up, pop-up.
Right.
And don't have a bathroom.
True.
She's like, well, most ladies, we so sophisticated now. Right. They all don't want to do it. And then you got some that'll go right in the bushes. You got all kinds. You rough it, but you just have to know
what kind of woman you got.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
What kind of woman you have.
That's right.
What is it she wants to do.
That's right.
That's all your concern is.
That's right.
Because even with us, we have the RV,
right,
and it is kind of a plush kind of a lifestyle.
Right.
But I've seen it from, like I say, from the tent up. So, and we've all done tent camping. So it's just whoever you're taking with you, do the questionnaire. I say ask, get a list of questions. How do you feel about it? And these are the things that we can use. And, you got stuff on YouTube. You got things that you can look at and say, these are the type of utilities that we can
Right.
use to make it.
Because there's all kinds of
comfortable.
stuff, you're right,
Yeah.
that you can buy now to
Yeah.
use the bathroom. And then, of course, there's bathhouses, too. But there's other things that you can get to if she has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. If that's a concern, then you have things that you can use at your tent. And then, making sure that wherever you take her, that there is a nice bathhouse there. Check it out first.
But
making sure that she can use that.
I'm going to go old school.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, what we did, because I was really not one that liked to live out there. I was not a good camper. I mean, I had to learn that because I was scary. I was scared of the dark. I was scared of the woods. I was like, oh my God. And on my first trip down in D-Land, Florida, I'm driving, coming in with all the equipment. My husband drove, he was riding the bike with the trailer on it with all the camping gear. Mm-hmm. And saw a bear walk across the road standing up. I could not sleep that night. So I'm thinking, I got to get up and go out to go to the bathroom. That's not going to happen. But what we did, we bought this portable potties that you can put, and we bought like a 2-room tent.
Mm-hmm.
So we had one room that we had for eating and lounging, and one room, then you had your pop-up. You can get a portable potty. And then for the shower, you can get the shower. You can go to any one of those stores,
like camping stores, and stuff.
And you can get a shower, a portable shower, and all you got to do is hook it up to gallons of water, and you take your shower. So there's a number of things that you can do to make life a lot easier and more fun.
So the utilities is big, guys. Gotta make sure she understands where the water's coming from, how she's going to shower, how she's going to use the bathroom, especially in the middle of the night. All right. And then the next one is the S. The S is safe. Feeling safe. I think if you did run into a bear, that would be cause for concern.
Yeah, that was my concern. And all that night, all I could do, I had a dream, and I dreamt that the bear was walking around. I don't know if I was dreaming. I woke up. The next morning, I was like, I'm out of here. Because I couldn't sleep. All I could think about is that bear that I saw walking across, headed in the direction which I'm going. So when you can have, I say, light around you, that's what I would do. We started putting lanterns around the actual tent itself. So that discouraged any animals from coming, or those fire things that you have.
Oh, yeah.
You put those around.
Tiki things. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Not close to the tent, but far enough away that it gives
like
off the light. A border around your tent. That's going to keep animals and things from coming toward you, because now they see that fire. And then you got some light. Things don't really like to come into the light. So as much light as you can put around those lanterns, that will keep you safe too.
Oh, I like that idea.
And no food left out on the outside.
Exactly. No food, and no food open inside the tent too. So you got to make sure you know the safety rules. And if you take the time to explain these safety rules, explain that you understand how to put the tent up. The tent's not going to be falling on our head in the middle of the night, and maybe if you got your what do you want to say? Your I'm just gonna say your gun. I was trying to saying it a different way, but
your protection.
Yeah, you got your little friend with you or whatever. Then that will help her to feel safe, and also making sure that maybe the first time that she goes out, don't take her in the middle of the woods. Take her somewhere that choose a state park where other campers are around, and where the park rangers, the park rangers are riding through the park, all times of night, just checking on safety and making sure that everything is going well within the park itself. You want to find, and then also they have gates. They close a gate at a certain time, and explain that this is just not us sleeping outside in the middle of nowhere where we're open and exposed to everybody. This is the gates closed at night, and maybe ride her through the state park and get her familiar with the camping area and how the things are going to be set up beforehand. And I think those type of things will really help her feel safe about camping. If you're doing tent camping and even RV and camping, you want to make sure that, you know, wherever you're parking, your RV is safe. Because nowadays, I mean, people come knock on your door and all kinds of stuff in the middle of the night, and so you just never can be too careful about that.
Well, can I add to safe?
Yeah.
Now, adding to safe, if you want to make her feel safe, practice.
I like that.
Go in the backyard. Camp out for a couple of nights in your own backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And then see how she feels about that. Mm-hmm. Because that will give her the experience. You know, we, anything that is foreign to us, you know, you don't want to take her the first time it's foreign.
Right,
but if you go and you do it at home and you practice, and she gets familiar with it, then you don't have a problem with her going. She won't have a problem going because she's familiar. It's unfamiliar territory that put fear in people.
Right. That's true.
And so,
that's good stuff.
she practiced there, and you get up, do the whole thing like you don't even live there, you know, and just if you want to put a border, so you can't even see the house, border it off so that you don't see nothing but just your yard.
Yeah.
And see, it's something about, you know, by me being a psychologist, I'm going with the mind, because it's something about the mind. You can rearrange and reprogram your mind to receive anything if you can see it. Right. So when she sees it and feel it, you'll be like, oh, baby, this is not bad after all.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
And be sure to share the responsibilities. Now, don't make her do it all.
Right.
Baby, I'm just going to do this. You do this. And you do. And what I like when we used to travel and do things together, it's like a checklist. Everybody, you have a checklist. You know exactly what you're going to be doing. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And there are no surprises. It cut down on arguments. It cut down on, you know, confusion.
Right.
You know.
Right. You
got all of that planned.
I like that.
You got it all planned out. So it should be smooth.
That.
Should be smooth.
I like that a lot. The next one is H. So H means homey. You know, make it homey. You know, it doesn't, if you're in a tent or even if you're in your RV, make it feel like home. Like, you know, make up the bed and put the bedding on there from home. Get your good pillows and your good sheets and comforters and things of that sort. And get your towels, your guest towels. Take them out the house. Bring them out to your camping spot.
Be a guest in your own spot.
You know, and because even if you're in a tent, just get, like you had mentioned, the blow-up bed that blows up to the size of a regular bed.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't feel like you're sleeping on the floor. You're sleeping on the size of a regular bed. So something like that would be really nice to incorporate if you're tent camping.
But even at that, what I'm really talking about is when you go to the camp stores. They have these, like, you take the chairs and you pop them up.
Yes.
They got
blow-up chairs.
No.
Oh.
It's like the chairs that's got the wire things up on them and you just open them up. You know how we carry the chairs when we go out?
Yeah.
They got beds with that.
Oh, okay,
yeah. You got beds that have just like those chairs, and you just
like a fold-out chair.
A fold-out chair,
but it's a fold-out bed. Oh, okay.
And that's what we slept on because that had me up off the ground, and then you put your
air mattress on top of that.
No, just
your bedding. You don't need a mattress. Oh, okay.
Because it's just like an army tent where they have those army beds. Yeah, it's hard. It's you put your whatever bedding you want on it. You don't have to put another air mattress on it. Oh. Some people do, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Yeah. You go there and pick up. You just go to I don't want to call the store name, but you just go to one of those stores and you'll see them there. Okay. Yeah, that's where you do it.
Well,
and that way she's off the ground.
Yeah.
She's, you can sit on your bed, your feet can hang down, and it's familiar.
Yes.
It don't feel strange.
And then also, too, when you talk about making it homey, bring your dishes and your favorite coffee cup, your coffee maker, just make a plan of the things that will make her feel comfortable and at home when you are camping.
Bring your teddy bear.
Yeah, bring the teddy bear.
Bring your teddy bear.
Yes. And so the last thing is the why. The why in Cushy. And I'm going to let you handle the why because she said some interesting things to me about that. Tell them what the why stands for in Cushy.
What did I say?
Oh, good.
I say so much. Well, the why is, it's all about you. Why are you inviting your woman to go with you? Because most men, they want their wives to go. Because what? It makes it much easier if you got the person you love with you. But if she's going and going to bicker and going to complain, you just soon go by yourself. But it's about you being the best person you can be. And then you figure out, I know what my wife loves. She loves this, this, and that. If you incorporate those things that you know that she loves, she's going to come with you. If you incorporate that loving spirit that you had when you was dating her, she's going to come with you. Go back to when you used to hold her hands. Go back when y'all used to just sit and laugh and play games. Go back to those memories. Think about that. She'll do what you want. You know how you used to get her to do when you were dating her. You baby this, and she was falling for it. There was nothing you could ask her that she would not do. So you ask yourself, what happened? Look at the relationship. Look at what she likes. Incorporate that. She'll go camping with you.
I like that. So it's almost like making it instead of a chore or I'm doing this for you, it's almost like you're doing a little small marriage retreat. It's just the two of you, and there's really something romantic about camping.
Yeah.
When you're just the two of you out there, it's a lot of teamwork with camping.
Yeah.
I season the meat, you light the grill.
Yeah.
You set up the outside, I set up the inside. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
teamwork
Yeah.
that goes into it. So if you incorporate all of that and not and make it about the two of you, then I think it would give a different spin on this camping thing, and she'll probably start looking forward to it, especially if she's a chance to get away from kids, grandkids, work, family, whatever. If it's a chance to get away, they can't call you, you don't want to call them. So that may put a different twist on it for sure.
Well, what I want to do, I'm gonna tell you like I tell my clients, and I'm a Christian clinical psychologist, but what I tell them is to go on a date. So you're gonna make this, baby, we going on a camping date. Make it a date. You know what you do on the date. Do exactly what you do if you just met her for the first time.
I like it.
You do that? Come on, you guys. You know she's going with you.
I like it. I like it. All right. Look, I hope you guys took some notes. If you want to get your lady to go camping or to get in an RV with you, you have just heard some golden nuggets.
Yeah.
I hope you took notes. And
if not, you can watch the show again.
You can watch it again. You can watch it again. But and make sure to like this video if you found it useful to you, and then also send me a comment. Let me know how it goes if you managed to get it to work. Thank y'all for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.